So today I have the Gladiator Beast Deck profile. With its recent reprints in the 2020 Megaton, it has become a very affordable deck to play. And so with not much more to say, let's just get right into the deck profile for this one. So starting with the core of the deck, we're going to go with Gladiator Beast Andal, Rescue Rabbit, and Test Tiger. These are the three main cards you want to see to create all of your opening plays. Next up we have Gladiator Beast Augustus, Equest, and Bestiary. You'll be going into Augustus to try to get yourself into Tamer, which would then open up to all of your bigger plays, while a quest really helps you regenerate card advantage. Additionally, it lets you also play into Gladiator Beast Comeback twice per turn. Bestiary is best served to get into Gyzarus. It also serves as spell and trap removal. Then we have Darius, which lets you special summon back from the grave. Finally, we have Noxus, Atorix, and Vespasius. Noxus and Atorix lets you send one Gladiator Beast to the grave, setting up your grave for Darius or a quest, while Vespasius gives 500 attack and defense to every Gladiator Beast on field. All three can be used with Augustus to get into Tamer, and the last three monsters are Mist Valley Apex Avian, Mist Valley Thunderbird, and Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. The Mist Valley's combo is Samorg Bird of Sovereignty, which then creates a negation loop. It's by no means an unbreakable loop, but if done properly, you can really go into heavy negations. Additionally, Union Carrier is played with this combo, so it doesn't hurt to play Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Moving into the spells, we have Gladiator Rejection, Gladiator Beast Comeback, and Gladiator Proving Ground. Rejection lets you special summon an additional Gladiator Beast monster every time one does get special summoned from the deck. Comeback special summons a Gladiator Beast from the hand or grave that you don't already control the type of on the field. And Proving Ground is just their search card, but it can only go level 4 or lower. Moving on to Unexpected Die, you're able to special summon Ando from the deck if you control no monsters. We have Dark Ruler no more because your opening board cannot get negated. If it does get negated, it'll be a heavy uphill battle for the deck to pick itself back up. Then we go on to Forbidden Chalice. This is essentially the impermanence for our deck, rounding it off with the one called by the grave and Monster Reborn. Moving into the extra deck, we're going to start off with Test Panther. When Test Panther gets Link summoned onto the field, you can grab one of any Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand. With that, it also lets you special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck by returning one Gladiator Beast monster on field. Then we have Tamer Editor and Dami Titanus. Tamer Editor lets you special summon one Gladiator Beast monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which for your opening plays, you're probably going to be going into Dami Titanus, which is a 3500 attacker with a quick effect that lets you negate one monster effect per turn. Then we have Samorg Bird of Sovereignty and Union Carrier. I'll explain those combos and show it later on. After that, we have Draco Master the Tenyi and Appaloosa. Draco is just a really good Link 3, and additionally it works well that we play Andal. As for Appaloosa, it's just a great Link client, that way we can have more negations on board. Moving back into the Gladiator Beast monsters, we start off with Gyzarus and Heraclinos. Gyzarus can pop any two cards on field, while Heraclinos can negate a spell or trap card by discarding one card from your hand, and it's a quick effect. The last two Gladiator Beast monsters we play are Nerokius and Ezadari, and the final extra deck monster we play is Link Spider. The total for this deck is $99.81. This just barely cuts under the $100 mark, and I think it does very well. There's very few cards to change if you did want to change them, because the deck is so pure within the Gladiator Beast archetype. It really doesn't stray away from its own core deck. If you're looking for a deck to play that's a more pure taste of what it can do, this is definitely the deck for you. And with that being said, it still utilizes its main toolbox mechanic. When it came to playtesting the deck, I had a huge surge of nostalgia. Gladiator Beast has always been a fan favorite from its beginning, and with endless support from over the years, I would have to say it still competes with today's meta. Utilizing all the new mechanics, this deck is phenomenal. And with that being said, let's go right into some of the plays here. So to start this off, I'm going to show you the optimal board you want to play. We're going to start by playing Unexpected Die and specialing Andal from the deck. Then we're going to play Proving Ground and search for a quest. We can go ahead and normal our second Andal, then going into Test Panther. Using Test Panther's effect, we're going to search for Gladiator Beast Comeback. We'll play Comeback, special summon the Andal from grave, and then sending it back into the deck with Test Panther to special summon Augustus. Now that Augustus is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, it can allow us to special summon one Gladiator Beast from our hand, which will select our second Augustus, letting us then special summoning once again from the hand. So with our second Augustus, we'll go ahead and special summon a quest. With the effect of a quest, we can go ahead and grab Gladiator Comeback and place it back into our hand. Using the two Augustus on field, we're going to go into Tamer Editor. Tamer can be special summoned by Contact Fusion. All you need is 2 Gladiator Beast monsters with levels higher than 5. With our quest, we'll go ahead and link it with Test Panther to get some more Bird of Sovereignty. Now we'll use Tamer Editor to special summon a Gladiator Beast from our extra deck. We'll go ahead and grab our Dami Titanus, linking both of them off for Union Carrier. And now this is the crucial part. Let's say we didn't have 2 Gladiator comebacks into our hand, and we only had the one that a quest put back into our hand. From here, we can play it and special summon back our Tamer Editor, looping it back so we can special summon another Dami Titanus. And finally, we'll use Union Carrier and target our Simorgh. This allows us to equip the Mist Valley Thunderbird straight from our deck. Now moving into the end phase, Simorgh Bird of Sovereignty lets us special summon one winged beast monster from the deck. And so we choose Mist Valley Apex Avian. And with Mist Valley Apex Avian, we can negate one card on the field or effect by returning one Mist Valley card we control back into our hand. And by selecting Thunderbird, when it comes back into our hand, it'll get special summoned back onto the field, letting us negate another card or activation of an effect. This is a loop that's pretty hard to break out of, although it does not negate summon. So if they find a monster that's stronger than Mist Valley Thunderbird, they could possibly run over it. But it is also not that simple. With Dami Titanus on board, you can redirect all of your opponent's attacks, and most monsters are not going to run over 3500 attack strength. And so just this board alone, you have the Mist Valley negation, Dami Titanus to negate monster effects, and you have Simorgh protecting both your Mist Valley monsters from card effects. This play within itself is quite powerful, but with that, let's actually put it to the test and see how well it does. So here I'm playing against Grand Maju Stun. I have my board already set up just the same way from before. Let's see what interactions I have to commit to in order to negate and block all of his plays. So it starts with Pot of Duality, and I'm going to negate that with Mist Valley Apex Avian, sending the Mist Valley Thunderbird back to my hand, negating the Pot of Duality, and specialing back my Mist Valley Thunderbird. Now they're going to special both their Eaters of Millions and the Grand Maju de Iza. Earlier I was saying that if they have a monster that's over 3500, I should be concerned. And so here I am, because Grand Maju de Iza is coming out at 4000. Additionally, Eater of Millions, every time they attack, they banish a monster before the damage calculation happens, which is actually to my benefit, because once they attack with their Eater of Millions, I'm going to be able to negate that. And so I do get to negate both of their Eater of Millions, but their Grand Maju de Iza does get to attack. Although I still get to redirect the attack, I'm just going to let them go ahead and take my Union Carrier. I'll take 3k for that, but all the other monsters are crucial to keep, after which they'll set 2 and pass. At the end of the damage step, I'm going to go ahead and special summon with Simorgh. I'm going to go into Bestiary, setting up my next play for Gyzarus. On my turn, I'm going to go straight into Gyzarus, pop the Grand Maju de Iza and one of their back rows. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use Tamer and special summon Heraclinos. With 2 cards in hand and 1 card on their field, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to negate whatever they play from here. And from here, it just should be game. I'm going to attack, they're going to go ahead and activate their Drowning Mirror Force, and I'm going to negate that and just hit for game. So from this example, you can see the power of the Mist Valley. And then with Tamer, you can just bring out any Glad Beast monster you want for this situation. I really didn't even need to use Bestiary. I could have brought it out with Tamer Editor, but I chose not to, because I knew that I was going to go into Heraclinos additionally and just sweep up the game. Let's look into some additional plays. So in this specific match, I'm going to show you how to use Gyzarus. In just a little bit here, I'm going to get my board wiped, and it's going to be perfectly fine. I'll show you how to create a small loop with Gyzarus. They'll start by using Dark Hole, leaving my field completely empty, and this also works if you're going second. They'll end up making their entire board and hitting me almost to the point where it's practically game. By the end of it, they'll have 4 monsters on board and 2 in their back row. I'm going to start my turn by going into Dark Ruler no more. I highly doubt any of their monsters could do anything during my turn, but just to make sure, I'm still going to activate it. I'm going to activate Gladiator Comeback, bringing back my Tamer Editor, and I'm going to special summon right into Gyzarus. This will let me pop 2 cards right from the beginning, and so I'm going to go for their back row. After which, I'm going to go into battle. I'm going to run into 2 of their monsters, leaving them with only 2 monsters left on board, and coming back to my main phase 2. I'll activate both of their Gladiator Beast effects to return them and special summon from the deck. And so the neat thing about Gyzarus is gonna give me back 2 Gladiator Beast monsters. And so this is crucial, you always wanna go Gyzarus first. I'm gonna go ahead and special summon Quest and Augustus. With the Quest effect, I'm going to bring back Comeback into my hand. And so from here, you can do a lot of things. But I'm going to activate Tamer, bringing it back into the extra deck and special summoning Vespasis. Because I have a level 7 and a level 8, and I've just returned my Tamer editor, I can actually loop back the exact same combo I just started with. Bringing back out Tamer, special summoning Gyzarus, and popping the last 2 monsters. So as you can see here, I was able to actually clear their entire board with just a 1-card combo. Of course, you can only really do this if Tamer is already in the grave or you have the setup for it. These are going to be your 2 staple plays that you're going to want to see while playing the Gladiator Beast. Now, let's go back and let's just take some time to think about some final thoughts. For $100, I wanted access to all of the Mist Valley and Simorgh plays, and all of the Gladiator Beasts plays, after which I was willing to cut all the corners for it. If you did want to play it at its highest tier, you'll have to just add a few more meta staples in the deck, additionally with its side deck. Leave some comments down below letting me know what you think about this deck profile, and like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content. I'll see you in the next round.